Okay, for the past few days. A take care of a wife, take care of children. XIAO expertise on this server. Fight with a Ray Master. Also have many challenges with the grandmother. Let me get the details. Details of this Jade board. Legendary victory. Finally, the side table takes a sudden impact and Jade stats will have damage along with blood. The fight against Ray has to start with when he's out. Let's see if Wukong doesn't fight Ray. Level 1. VE. It's both the ability to integrate conquest numbers and the ability to attack with extremely high attack speed. Later than those. Along with level 1 W upgrade, then Days W in both forms has damage, guys. Play less with Wukong than with Cloud Scale. I don't know how this match interacts at this time. Let's see. Ability to travel from. Compared to Wukong, there is no competition. The enemy is Ray. Then my feeling is, it must be a first-class German communist conquest Ray. Broken in the form of a gun. The W of the Ray also has a lot of damage, and the cumulative conquest. There is accumulation. If you don't fight safe, you guys are waiting for level 6. Has not raised the skill from Wukong of So Streamer. Waiting for the soldiers to be softened, then you can be afraid to eat the soldiers and a phase both eat soldiers and structure shredded the bones of Ray. The enemy constantly has long-range fights. Wukong of Xiaochaomeng'S knock on it. A first-level opponent who raises Q will not return it, including Q lifting wire or break lifting. It's probably just his speeds coming in with an EQ phase. The burning feeling is not passionate enough thanks to. They make the enemy lose experience, or have to go home and teleport. Ray started with Ran's Pain Sword. With the streamer's Ran Pain Shield. Winge guys. Not strong enough to take the life of the opponent's road. What to do, CA? Online feed don't play the enemy, so it's about T. Germany quickly failed to come from Viago in a hurry. 3 lives B for the enemy. Ray suddenly has a home teleportation network. E into the enemy's core armor damage. Next to the sword. Stomach disappears quickly and they haven't added any equipment yet. I just came in and saw it stop. Increased difficulty for game hop. It's been slowing down the forest from Viago. Eyes on the river. There is no speed coming from the live streaming host. A little bit more. But the enemy is able to recover. The current soldiers are not soldiers. Stay with the bridge. There are a lot of soldiers, brothers. A new soldier pushed Cow from the second. Farm index is still very good coming from the central yard. Immediately rush up with the scales and Germany withdraws hold. But there's people behind and there's no W. You can type AQ. This is a lice support. I'm sure this name is hard to come by, guys. Eric went to the forest, brother. Lost a pretty big army and there are only 2 more sword schools. Boss joked it seems to be okay a network for virus. Riatan Virgo sucking the net of Alaska. The Great Master. The Xiao pianist. I was so lucky to get in the car. The forest is a bit rough, brothers. I saw the forest die to times. You have to wait until level 6, guys. It's easy to stop the enemy on the ice. Network for enemy play. E and Dermacore. Too much blood loss. This rafter. Level 5 is a win, guys. Up to level 6, no. From level 5 to level 6. Wukong is also a fairly poorly recovered general. There are no cookies on this board, brothers. There's only one bottle of blood and healing from the door and shield. There is as much enemy blood as this. Early dodge good from Star Central Ice. Still eating Danchithine and Elice is here again. Look, the land top is almost done, guys. Make copy lesson plans and get beaten up. Go see what kind of comeback it is. Stop boss 1 life. What kind of comeback? 2 networks thick. And then, Zing has a virus network. Lie down with a net for real support the opponent. Then, brothers, Will, Hammer of War. Level 6 is coming soon for Xiaochaomeng'S Wukong. Ha! Support was solo killed by enemy support? WH, why does the game look so slow, guys? Shoes with tears are hanging reward shark. To avoid the Thunder Bridge, you've got a pickaxe. But Wukong, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Where's the paranoid guy on the roof? I don't know. The boss is broken and the forest is broken. After a little push, why? Who came back? It's a very difficult match. The opponent has a Newton remix that's extremely green. Ray just shot the Thunder Bridge, but the opponent was level 7. Rush up with weights and so on. This Ray has 160 knots, guys. Big ride from Wukong of Sun Tongue. Fortunately, it didn't hit the spine. Right now, it's going to be standing in the distance speeding with the Thunder Bridge. It looks a little hard. Enemy Thunder Bridge slide. Tornado plays a spanked hand rule. Down capacity for Wukong 02. A 02 earlier Xiao that enough satisfy brothers. A Thunder Bridge slide. He had about a K of blood and level 7 of the live streaming host. A shark down network for Wukong's support. It can be considered a comeback. If you reach level 6, you will not be well. If you want to fight safely, little, the enemy is moving. Decided to omit BA phase indicators. Many of you have asked about this blue map. I don't know about the Vietnamese server. The projects I made by Xiao streamer at the server. But that any live streaming host, any streamer, I'm the teacher at this supercomputer. The game is so good. At this point, there is a loss compared to the opponent. Virus is extremely green with for 2k DA. This top is called. The comeback is a little bit so shark down, but I can't balance the money. We'll make it up to you by handling the material well. A slightly better rated substance. For Wukong of the streamer. I lost my armor, brothers. But Ray is not one. Ray doesn't live well. Live bridge hit rate of road stitching. Wukong's weakness is not the last move for a long time. Towards items with a lot of coolant, together with the ultimate hunter. The shoes miss the Thunder Bridge again. But because I just used the W from Xiaochaomeng to dodge the Thunder Bridge. German and all in with the last trick. Paranoia is used in the middle. Then the current breaks down. Then Germany ran. The opponent had about BA 400 of his blood. Dodge the Thunder Bridge, good ray shoot Thunder Bridge, extremely strong brothers. Continuous sliding that brothers. W in time or not. A network for Sun Hemming before the board. Still very fast hand with the situation. Okay, ha. But this wave is a big car. Stop enemy can constantly that brothers. Not enough to weigh you too. If there is a moon, I think it is enough to weigh two. The first battle was too much. The moon comes after 11 minutes for Wukong. The enemy swinging the light outline. It stopped, it's broken. The enemy boss has just died. Elise was taken down by Galio. I want to intercept. Both sides have the moon. It's time for a tornado to play. Let's hit hand Q. The enemy is back. It burns and the white damage goes up. And Rule and Sukyu for Xiaochaomeng'S Wukong. Thick to thin. After this phase, the farm will be balanced. The enemy has no movement. Mining a little armor, ha. I don't know how this game will go. Need choose Mercury hit together with Elise. It's Zing and the roof of the middle road. It might still be barbed wire shoes. It's because this game goes with Newton and Day. Good armor removal home with close range AK2. Coming from Xiaochaomeng with tornadoes. So the opponent will tend to push the opponent higher. A ball of thunder slips and Day loses its punishment. The enemy is slowing down. Noctin dash into W sideways and get a kill. But this phase is probably unkilled by Noctin. Keep fighting and see. Stop the opponent. Now also mix the opponent with Noctin. The strongest top. What is the strongest top? Always play with both of us. My jungle is quite free. Boss to VBA is good. Galu could not keep up. Hands down, there's a lower wing element dragon. It's pretty weak. The current angle of the Galio is. There's no final move, no quick turn. It's a constant stream of oranges coming from the enemy jackfruit. There's a phase with paranoia. If you can feed the bamboo shoots for lives are all. Also over for lives, then lost the top lane tower. But this bet you see is a bet with a rail. Even with such advantages. For Wukong to come back, this is a one-on-one match. It's a tough match for Ray. Wire to cut the door down to the lower road area. Teaser chamber virus. 6 seconds with ultimate is to enter a touch a bit. Noctin is also green but warm. I feel like enlightenment is still better. The safe bet comes from the tape copy. Rush up to attacky and type Q tornado. The hut moved sideways in a panic. R and then hit E. Damage is enough. Spirit, 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 spirit. While panicking after the state was able to remain invisible. Also release R very quickly on the R2 to be able to hit the hand. The lower wing is also. And even wiped it clean. A comeback from Team Saintman. The same road above is also. After St. Germain's solo kill for Wukong. For Noctin is the Wukong of St. Germain. 2 will be 3. I don't know, I can't avoid the Thunder Bridge. Exploding pine nuts. It's both running and dodging. A situation that only comes from the enemy. It was not removed, fortunately. Good luck, brothers. It's going to have hard games that you see. The ice, for example. He could both eat and solo kill Newton. And 16 minutes still carry out to large equipment. Even if it stops. Mid-enemy upcam. Difficult. It's very strong. Are you here? Probably the road between brothers. Is anyone down here? No one come down here and farm, guys. Can't leave the big car? Continue W while panicking and then, or not to tornado turn to opponent. How is the active V a touch and then speed up running pro, but also awake to determine the fight? They are also to brothers. But no fight is no fight. Paranoia comes back from the roof of the new invisibility. Solo kill for a no by Xiao, congratulations. And this is a solo phase between the virus and the ellipse. It's possible that the saw came from the moon's shield. Large amount of damage comes from 3 cases. I'm scared of the Wukong brothers. Lukewarm, lukewarm, lukewarm. A winged game with Ray and a Newton. It will be more unkempt on barbed shoes. The team just laid down. He caught 2 people standing in the middle of the enemy. 2079 is the current total network to all parties. At this level of the wing line, Newton must have. Look at the Wukong, it goes to death so much. That this game Xiaochaomeng's eyes. There is also no AI to support anything. There are many projects I've done. But the condition is that the team has to fight well. It's going to have games against guys like Model Kyre. Good support in terms of control effect. It can still come back. It's all about personal situations. After the enemy's mistake, I want to try the spider cocoon, but there are more wires. The enemy has a swing. Then I hit my hand constantly. Conquer constant hand attacks and insufficient damage. Only a 2-pack can be punched. Very hands-free. Rampage network for video. In July, this network eats itself. Brothers. Admittedly, this guy is fine, guys. It's done. The roof is also green. Solo on in is not healthy. But especially this one solo is strong but still. In combat, for less mobile shooters like Xing or a Fei, no different than a Rip, Galio is in a full tank. Cannot be accompanied by Super Figure, can be accompanied by Dark Metal and the terrible pull of the Rel. There are dragons in this. Down the wing or hit at Takon. Not on the way on odd push. Let's see this Atakon phase. One Atakon form of destruction. Looking for vision around the enemy's red spell. Asking the enemy to launch an attack first with Paranoia. To the other side of the wall, but Paris is paranoid and lies down somewhere. I see the lights are off. The electricity is back. Xiao in the location and Soul rush up. The enemy must quickly turn the bull, then the owl must be squeezed. You! There's a real team with Galio. Put your team in first. It also depends on the situation. That's it, brothers. Go home and buy something on the third item. Not deciding is Claw Dance or Su Jin. Death Dance with a Steel Press. This phase is. After a long struggle like this. In fact, if you don't touch it, even the phases, although keeping W, it's really a very strong last trick. But even in cases where we need to, I don't regret W. A first tornado that doesn't need W was also a teammates. It's almost level 16. Stand by for a while. The enemy decided not to steal the red spell. Always. Red charm for video. The boss also has a virus. And 3 big things for virus shooters. The enemy's life. Much depends on whether the Alaskan is indomitable or not. Knocked in Day Alice or Xing. It doesn't matter if the AI is open, it's probably going to be on the board. Farm follow the road hop. That's about 2,000 of your blood. To attack Alice. Too much to swing up and down. Q1 cell network exchange. Stop enemy chem continuously. The road is also orange, he he he. But can't take the life of Xiaochaomeng. You have to pay for your life, brothers. With the Phase 1V, it's also very chill. Water Dragon Spirit for Team Satamong. A powerful dragon soul for the general. It's like Wukong. The opposing team is on a good path. But there is no way of the enemy. And I don't see it now. Everyone has an advantage. Everyone has an advantage. And Tizen Simon's got people coming up. Paranoia in the middle. Oh, the lone shooter. Wait for the dance. Baron's about to arrive in about 10 seconds. And very dead, Wukong no Daparon. Enemy formation. Because there's a lot of damage coming from for locations. It's not a black axe. At this range, without speed, should I approach with? Or just approach with E, keep W? The other side is super cool and was used to save Mr. Viago. Then the opponent also dare not eat Baron. The opponent only needs to see the Monkey King's child. Jay or Xing are champions with low mobility and at least this phase successfully defended through Baron. Virus then revive go out in time and Baron's decision to launch came from Xiao copy Ivory with damage by percentage of blood along with. If the enemy pulls out, we open it. W up and then hit hand Q. Raid died so easily. CC by Virus and Pruning cannot always that you. An extra net and even picked up Ray's body. There's an enemy gunner's life. Approach the soldiers with a red scale and type Q into them. Move to the front post. The Cobron is about to push in with a big car. This game is Team Xiaochaomeng, but it's still enough to go towards at least 1 mega. The game is over, brothers. And then, this cow doesn't work. The German Amumu works. Paranoid Nokken can only run away. The game closed after 27 minutes with a win, in a game that starts out extremely difficult. The beginning of the battle is not over. Stop opponent mid-opponent, pull up Kim continuously. It must also be based on the wrong side of the enemy. The bridge slipped and fell to the soldiers. Let's take a look at the final parameters. Here's a look at the end of the game. It's a game that lasts a total of 27 minutes. Top DIY system but still get MVP. The game takes place with 2. On the other side, the tallest is Newton. I have a full tank, guys. Galinton is fine. Full AP is bad, but full tank is good. Extremely convenient, but Alice also took the hard Kim first battle, but win. After that cannot snowball then. Quite useless. And here's how to get back in the game. You guys just do it like a video clip. Even though it's me O2 is dead, this is the phase that pulls out Xiao Simon. Opponent bridge slide. 900 blood or something. Before R was always Q brothers. Q are that are among the soldiers like that, it is always Q. And hit a bunch of soldiers and that's regression. If this isn't enough, yeah. This is a shot down, guys. The shot down will help the central comeback. Although the enemy is constantly raised. BA for network something. This continues to be a jealousy coming from Alice. But shoot the Thunder Bridge. This is an interstitial tornado that's always flashing. I'm going to give you a quick cue, guys. These are personal skill processing situations. If there is a disadvantage, the opponent must make a mistake. Just do it like a video clip. Live streaming host on Van Tung channel. To help Van Tung can get back the proposal for the channel. The view is dating you.